Hello and welcome to This Week in Bitcoin. A lot of stuff happened again this week, so let's get stuck in right away. News number one come out of China, and they're not really positive. We now have a report in front of us that over 127,000 Bitcoin have been stolen over 5 years ago out of the mining pool Lubian. Currently, as the investigations are still ongoing, there's not a lot of information out there that shows how the hack exactly happened. But what's clear to see is that Lubian was deliberately not public about the stolen Bitcoin. What we do know is that the hackers, through a very sophisticated setup, have actually managed to hide the 127,000, distributing them across different wallets, swapping them on different chains and such. And therefore, it was very hard to track them down. But now it's possible. Now they've also figured out what the exact amount is, and it started raising questions in the mining community, especially in the pool mining community, because a lot of pool co-owners and people who actually allocate their hash power towards that pool were left in the dark. And, especially in mining where you have the backbone of the network and you should be transparent, a lot of voices are now public to, very especially in Asia, push for better oversight of how these miners actually operate. There are various tools and ways to get this done. So if this in the end means that hack leads to even more transparency, even the better. But for now, we'll still need to wait for the final results of the investigation to know exactly how that happened. Second news are that the fintech world is a little bit coinciding with the Bitcoin world, and that is that PayPal in the US has announced a business product where you can actually get Bitcoin payments and crypto payments in to get the full deal. PayPal has been one of the first big fintechs to actually embrace Bitcoin. A little bit over 5 years ago, they also started rolling out the buying opportunity for retail investors in the app to get Bitcoin. You don't get real Bitcoin, you get CFDs, but at the end of the day, you can track the price and sell it and then swap it to fiat if you want to and pay out on PayPal. And with that push now, they're really wanting to facilitate the access for businesses to accept Bitcoin. Whether that will push other fintechs forward to also do the same remains to be seen, but for now, we can celebrate that the biggest fintech in the world, with PayPal, has also discovered Bitcoin. And the last news come out of the House of Strategy, where Michael Saylor has announced that his company is actually issuing preferred stocks and various derivatives going forward. And they're planning on raising $4.2 billion in capital. And guess what they're going to do? They're going to buy more Bitcoin with it. He's really been on an aggressive path forward, wanting to accumulate faster and faster. These derivatives that he's issuing, I'm not going to list them all because there are so many of them at this point. They have also actually been of a keen interest amongst bond traders and traders generally on Wall Street and in private institutions. So therefore, it remains to be seen if he's actually able to raise the capital. Me personally, I think so. And what the continuous interest is going to be in the coming months. Strategy has also kickstarted the wave, obviously, of Bitcoin treasury strategies. And with him now going forward and Strategy itself also pushing, we might as well see that other companies could follow pursuit. And with that, we're at the end of This Week in Bitcoin. You know the drill. If you got questions, feedback, or just want to say hello, leave me a comment below. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't done so. And I look forward to seeing you next week again.